diapers, they're making baby formula, they're making hospital runs, they're making airport runs. When you take most of the border trades off the border to deal with humanitarian crisis, that's when the fentanyl comes across to kill 250,000 Americans. That's when the sex trafficking has increased 600%. That's when no suspected terrorists across this country. They've had a record of people on terrorist watch lists.
Wow. And that's because of our government we have right now. Nobody can get blamed for what's happening at the border except Joe Biden and border czar Kamala Harris. And I don't think that's how her name's pronounced. I really don't give a shit. That's the problem at our border. It's their fault. 1,100% their fault.
And the rest of the southern border. That's why you have over 2 million gotaways. How many of them came to our country sponsoring terror? So I don't care what anybody's opinion is on illegal immigration. When you create a crisis this big, all these other bad things happen. Well, I think, look, it'd be great to have local law enforcement assist ICE because, you know, one thing we learned in 9/11 report was we shouldn't have stovepipes. Law enforcement should work with law enforcement. But, you know, there's two things. Number one, under President Trump, he was suing the sanctuary cities, DOJ suing the sanctuary cities, pulling federal funds. Of course, day one, when Joe Biden came in office, he stopped that lawsuit. So that has to be put back in place. And look, I've seen some of these Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion. If you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way, but we're going to do it.
Let me add this. Federal funding is a big part of where I think they have leverage at the Trump administration. If you are receiving federal funding and you do not cooperate with the federal government on federal established law, you should no longer get federal funding. It's in any capacity. How does the federal government say, we want to enforce, just say, minor attractive stuff laws, right? If you mess with little kids, you're going to go to jail. Federal law. Some states say, we don't want to listen to that. Okay, just do whatever you want to do. That's not how it works. The way it works is, if you do not cooperate with the federal government, they shouldn't give you federal funding. The end.
I agree.
But then Scott Jennings had a lot to say in Tom Homan's defense, because the left is going crazy and trying to say deporting people is racist.
No, deport them. If you came here and broke the motherfucker, you had to break the law to cross our border. You're a fucking felon, your ass back across the border. Fuck. Bye-bye. I don't care.
When the first black president deported people than any president in history up until that point. It wasn't racist when he did it. It wasn't racist when he was separating families. Look, man, if you want to come over here illegally and we have to send you home, just take your kids with you and don't get separated. If you got a kid here, you got a daddy here, you got to get deported, put them together and deport the whole family. And I don't think it's anything wrong with this. Let me put my perspective on. Let me put my stank on it real quick. I think the reality of this is this: we can walk and chew gum at the same time. If you right now, we should shut the border. That means nobody can come into the country at this point unless you've been legally qualified as an immigrant. Whether you're seeking asylum and we've accepted your asylum claim, or you're in the process of seeking asylum. But if you just come over here after we've established them, shutting the border down, you go right back. There ain't no catch and release. Catch and you throw you back over the fence, or we'll open up and kick you back through. And if you committed,
I agree. If you come here the wrong way,
the crime in this country, I don't care if you stole some chewing gum from the corner store. You are getting deported immediately. You're going to get deported immediately. You got to get out of here. Take them back to the border where it came. If you are illegally in this country and you commit a crime. I'm not saying if you have a green card or you something like that and you're a permanent resident or something like that and you commit a crime. I'm saying if you're illegally in this country and you committed crime, you should get deported.